And many leaders that we've spoken to talk about how IT is viewed simply as a department that fixes laptops and internet connections. How difficult is it to change the perception of what IT does within an organization?
So first thing, you better make sure you can fix those laptops, because that's what people remember about you. Is my computer working? It's like the lights going on. So we do that, and we do it very well. And we also use the technology to drive how we service that. The other part of your question is really, you have to speak the language of the industry you're in. And for us, it's higher education, it's academic, and that's an important part. You have to understand it, and you have to collaborate with your peers as to what the solutions they need. We talked about earlier in the discussion about big data. Well, we can help drive big data, but the goal of that is for the business leaders, the deans, the vice presidents, to utilize that big data to make decisions. But we have to be there with them and understand what they need from the data, what they need in their processes, what technologies do the classrooms need. And that's another major effort of our university. Both our president and our board of trustees puts a lot of emphasis that we have the tools that our students need to be successful. And when they leave, they can compete with every student out there.
So you are starting to see a shift in perception, whereas yes, you are responsible for fixing those laptops and those connections, but the shift where IT is more strategic and not just tactical, you're starting to see that within the organization, that people are starting to buy into that now?
Yes, absolutely. The good news with that is that many of the organizations on campus come to us when they have a need. And that's a really strong connection. Mm-hmm. And so we work with a lot of different, we work with all the constituents on campus, but I think it's very important that they say, let's go to IT and see what they can do. We have some efforts coming up in our graduate programs and whatnot, and right now we're working with the vice provost of our graduate education as how the technology, how can he utilize the big data to drive where the programs, what students to drive towards programs, how can he utilize the data to see where there's weaknesses and where there are strengths. There are challenges every day, but it's really been outstanding with some of the programs that we've had the opportunity to drive. We receive a lot of support. I receive a lot of opportunity to work on these initiatives with our colleagues, and where we can bring technology to the table that will make a difference. A number of years ago, and right now it's commonplace again, it was around 2007, we implemented an emergency text messaging system. And, we looked at it, we had different discussions on campus, and we said that we wanted to have everybody registered. So not only did we get an emergency text messaging system, but we went into our administrative systems and asked everyone to register. And so we have regularly now on emergency text messaging over close to 20,000, which is our full population. And so when we have a snow day, you get a message, school will be closed.